Calgary Stampede went into toward paddock and up towards it.
Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here. As you can see, in one gorgeous spot in Suffolk, we're at Polstead, village of Polstead. Nice herd of sheep down there, as you can see, all sitting underneath the tree. It is red hot today, trust me. It is so hot here, it's just unbelievably good. So here we are. Look, if we look at the scenery, it goes for miles. Now, you're saying, Andy's at another church. Well, there's a little bit of story to this one. And I don't know if any of you boys and girls have ever heard of the Red Barn murder that took place at Polstead about 150 years ago, something like that, 200 years ago. It's quite famous. There was a chap here called William Corder, who was the son of a farmer, so they had a little bit of dosh, and quite basically he was knocking off a young girl from the village of low status, and of course the inevitable happened. As Jeremy Kyle would say, he didn't put anything on the end of it. I don't think they did in them days, and she got pregnant. So when he was told, he wasn't a happy chappy, so he decided he'd kill her, and he lured to the Red Barn, which is no longer here, it's been pulled down, but he lured her to the Red Barn and killed her and buried her under the barn, and then just buggered off and went and lived in Bury St Edmunds and places like that. Now, nobody could understand why she just disappeared off the face of the earth, so her mother, and I think the girl's name was Mariah, I'm not sure on that because I'm only doing this off the top of my head here. Her mother had a dream that her daughter was buried under the barn, under the floor, some time later, and they went on that, dug it up and found her body. Well, William Corder was arrested and charged with murder, taken to Bury St Edmunds, and he was found guilty, and he was hanged for his crimes. And when they took him down, they cut him up for vivisection, took his skin off, took his skull out and everything else. And if you go into Bury St Edmunds Museum, they've still got a book in there with his skin covering it, and his skull is still there, and his death mask. And you can see that. I've had to look at it. It's quite gruesome, but it is in the museum there, so well worth a look. They'll be joined by some folk, so I'll just cut this off for a sec. Do you know, every time I try and do a vlog, boys and girls, people turn up, and I, as you can see, are in the middle of nowhere, and people have turned up. A lot of people still come here because of the story of the Red Barn murder, to look at the church. Now, the victim of all this is buried in this churchyard, but nobody knows, or they won't tell you where the grave is to stop people coming and having a gawk, I suppose. But none of these stones have got her name on, I know that, and you can't find that grave. I think they must know, but they don't let you know where it is. But I found a very sad one here. It says in memoriam, Alex James Snowman, age 32, and his wife Jane, age 29, of this village, both of whom died in 1907, leaving their children, Alan 10, Annie 9, Alexander 6, Ivy 4, Rosa 4 months. And it says this stone is erected by Athena. So I don't know what happened there. That sounds like a sad story. I suppose they both got killed together sometime, you know, I don't know. But what a sad little stone. Well, I thought I'd give you a last look at this beautiful spot. As you can see, you cannot get any better. It is so lovely. You can see the church properly now. Beautiful little church. There's the war memorial. You can see there's some beautiful old places. Just over there, where that house is through there, is Corder's house. It's still there. I've worked on it myself many years ago. But the red barn is now gone. It's been pulled down and there's a house there. So, there you go. Right, I'm going to make my way back to Hadley. Haven't got a lot of time today, so... But what a magnificent place. For the old swallows, look. All their nesting. Look at that lot. Whee! All nesting up here on the church. Alright, let's make our way back. Right, now leaving the church. Let's say I've got to make my way back to Hadley because I'm on bloody reserve. Like a bloody knob. But that's Suffolk handy for you. Now, I'm not sure the way, so I'm going to go this way. Can't go too far out of the way. Now, getting back to motorbike stuff. I don't know if anybody noticed that young Dan Doolittle has decided to quit a little bit on the Motovlogs. Which is, you know, entirely his decision, but he's still opened another channel to do other stuff and hopefully put some more moto stuff on there, which he's bloody good at it. But you know, it made me think a little bit because I thought to myself, as he was saying, he feels a little bit tied into motovlogging. It's a little bit restrictive, and 4 miles I should be right there on the reserve. Yeah, he feels a little bit restricted, and I had to think to myself, yeah, so do I actually. You know, sometimes I like my history and my churches and stuff like that, and I like my motorbike and I love riding around Suffolk, but sometimes I feel a little bit restricted. You know, could I do something else? Could I put something completely different on there? You know, you're not never going to get me wheeling down the road like some of the boys do, or completely effing and blinding all the way through it and making sexual innuendos, because it's not going to happen. You know, I have my moments, but I do sometimes feel a little bit restricted, and what sort of style I'm doing, you know. But I do feel a little bit restricted sometimes, and you know, into this motorbike thing. So I don't know what you boys and girls think. You know, do you feel that sometimes that you're restricted into the same sort of style of vlog, or would you like to be able to branch out and do other stuff and still put it on your channel? Yeah, Navy Thomas is now doing metal detecting on his channel and stuff like that, and you know, I'm not going to go out there and start metal detecting everywhere and stuff like that, because you know, I'm not interested in metal detecting, and I tend not to watch those vlogs anymore because they're not interested to me, you know. So oh, there's a couple on a tandem. Look at this. Whoa. Good old tandem, eh? You notice the blokes at the front, you never have the woman. That's like that Rowan thing the other day I was talking about. You go on the back, dear, and I'll steer the bike. No, dear, I don't think so. I think I'll steer this bloody bike, you know. Right, let's get ourselves back to Hadley. It's a man thing, isn't it? You're not going to let the wife on the front of a tandem and you're going to sit on the back. You're going to steer because you're the man, you know. No, but going back to this vlogging thing, do you feel like you're restricted and sort of hemmed in a bit? Because I do. Even though, you know, I enjoy what I'm doing, don't get me wrong. I love me vlogging, and I'm not going to give it up as yet. You know, it's a thing I like doing, and I still get a lot of pleasure out of it. and I still get a lot of pleasure of watching other people's vlogs as well. So let me know what you think. Restricted, or should you be able to branch out? I don't know. Or should you just start another channel? You know, let me know. Let me know what you think. Anyway, let's get back to Hadley. And I think that's enough of me. I've got so much on this vlog now, I won't know what to do with it all. So, Ross man, kill somebody if she fell on him. Yeah, I'm going to make my way back to Hadley, find a petrol station, fill up. So that's enough of me. Suffolk Andy!